Keep going, because this is going to be fascinating.
Well, I designed a blank card originally in the Quest Tarot because I thought if I thought there should be a multiverse card, then maybe you think there should be a card called Rockstar.
Yeah.
So you have a blank card here, you can create your own tarot card. Now, this is what actually happened. I got my pre-released deck from Llewellyn. It came in the mail, so you know what I did. I broke it right open, and I had a reading for someone that day. Well, I forgot to take the blank card out of the deck. So I'm reading, and the blank card comes up in the self position for the person I'm reading for. And I thought, there are no accidents. So I read what I felt the blank card in the self position would mean for the person who I was reading. And I said, you don't even know who you are. You haven't looked inward to see what's actually there because the card's blank in her self position. And I went on to tell her how that related with the other cards. And she actually said, you're right, I haven't. And I thought, heck, I'm going to leave this card in the deck.
That's fabulous, because we do create our own destiny and our own lives. And I think that's very important to take a look at that.
Oh, I think so too.
To say, you can do that.
Oh, yes. If you got like the blank card in the outcome position, it would really say either not going to tell you or the future's not yet set.
Well, because you're psychic, that was a good thing.
Yeah. Well,
you know.
Sometimes it's funny. You can do a reading for people, and sometimes, though, not all the time, the cards might say, we're not going to give you the answer right now. You're not meant to know the future yet. Because some people think, if you ask, you're going to get the answer. But sometimes the answer is not going to tell you. Now, this is from the Major Arcana. It's the Strength card. And, in the Major Arcana, it's your major archetypes, your major karmic influences, your major messages, your major secrets. And even here you can see there's the Leo influence here in astrology. There's the Hebrew letters. There's the runes. You can see the gemstones and the peridot, obviously, also for the Strength card. And you can see way down here a little Roman letter. This is brand new for the Tarot because it allows you to use the Tarot like a Ouija board and get words, names, phrases.
Oh, my goodness. That's interesting.
It is so cool.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. People have had a lot of fun with that feature.
So what's the strangest or the most significant thing that you've come up with somebody's gotten in their reading with the words?
Well, like someone has said, I'm looking for Mr. Right. I'm looking for the real soulmate for me. Where is he? What's his name? What's his phone number? What month, what day, what time, where do I need to be to meet this guy? And so, I would love it if the Tarot was specific like that all the time. It would be great to get that answer. I was reading for someone, the cards came up, and I said, I'm not getting the full name in the cards, but I am getting that the first name has an R and an O in it. And so my logical mind says, Ron, Ronald, but it's an R-O name. It could be Rogan, Rowan. And so it just so happens that this is someone who came back to me for a reading, a client who came to me for more than one session, and came back and said, well, I did meet a guy, and he had R-O in his first name, but he was more than what the card said he was going to be rather than my actual soulmate. So he was fun, but at least I got to recognize that the person with R-O in the name was going to be fun and not the soulmate person. And so it actually worked out for the person.
Well, that's neat. This is my favorite. This is the Universe card. Tell us about the Universe card.
Well, the Universe card, wonderful card. It says yes when face up in a reading, no matter what you ask. And this card has, of course, a lovely picture from the Hubble telescope. It has, of course, the Earth down here gleaming at the bottom. It has this little eye at the top that's kind of this subtle indicator of looking forward. It has all the other influences that match this card here also, the runes, the Hebrew letters, the Roman alphabet. And the universe, it even has a little UFO actually right in here that's very, very subtle. This card is such a positive indicator. If you were doing a 10-card spread, for instance, and this is in the outcome position, you're guaranteed good fortune, successful results, the yes answer, positive new beginnings. It is like the culmination card of everything. It's like a nice hug So no, if you were to ask, how's my business going to do, and you get this an outcome, it's going to say, great, fantastic. It's going to be successful on multiple levels for you. It's a beautiful card to get.
It's a beautiful card. Okay, we're going on to the Star.
The Star card of Hope is a very unique card in the deck because it is so positive that even if this card is reversed totally, it still means hope. So you can't have a bad hope card when you get it in a reading. It's a very bare bones kind of energy, so there's no plants or animals in this illustration at all. It's just rock and water, real basic energy of hope for the future. Face up, it means even health, happiness, and even a little tinge of sensuality in there. Because it's water and rock, it has emotion and earth-based energies very strongly attached to it. Now, even in this card too, because, you know, in the Renaissance, you get some otherworldly, alien or UFO kind of influences in art. Matter of fact, there's a wonderful DVD that shows a whole thesis about that. In my deck, there's a lot of subtle otherworld influence. So the Star card is another one of those cards that has that, you could say, UFO, otherworldly, more a Palladian than gray kind of energy, because the Palladians have such a great energy.
Let's see how many. We're gonna do one more, and then we've got all of your cards. We're gonna kind of go through all of your cards, and then we're gonna talk about the Quest Tarot deck that you've put together and that you're reading from and marketing.
Oh, fantastic.
So let's do one more. Oh, actually, let's do two more.
Oh, okay.
I see another one down
I'll
here.
make this one really quick.
Okay.
This is the Four Wands. It's about perfection, strength. It has Venus and Aries as the astrological influence. And this card, when face up in a reading, means things are going exactly right, exactly the way they should, that things are going to turn out perfectly, depending on, of course, its position. Very positive indicator in the cards.
Oh, good. That's a good
You know,
card,
the last
too.
card we're looking at, I'm going to start before you actually get it up, is my favorite card in the whole deck for one specific reason. This Two of Cups means love more than any other card in the tarot, more than the Lover's card. If you were asking a card about romance or love, this card is the one you want to come up in your reading. It is happiness, health, love, fulfillment, joy, bliss. This is a great card to get.
Now, what is the significance? Let me see, there's 1, 2, 3, there's 6 doves up there. Does that have any significance, or is that just...
Oh, you bet. You know, every little tiny piece in the cards is actually crafted into it. So the reason there's 6 doves, not 5 doves, is because 6 is a number of love.
Very
It's
nice.
also the number of the Lover's card in the Major Arcana, the 6.
You've really put a lot of thought into doing all these. Well, we're going to flash through these right now, so you can talk a little bit about that as we're rolling through.
Now, I know that the cards you're going to be seeing are going to be going by you really, really fast. And so there's not going to be a lot of time to comment like on each specific card. Besides, that would be like an hour and a half to really do that.
But look at the beautiful artwork. You are amazing. And the significance. Oh, and music. I love the music. But they're absolutely gorgeous.
None of these designs were ever planned. All of them were channeled honestly. I would sit down and say, time to do the Son of Wands, and then just start creating it. And it was always a multi-day process, so it wasn't start to finish. I'd create a 3D world and light it and put things in it, then render that forward. Then I'd come back with images, photos, things I drew by hand, enhancements using software a lot like Photoshop, Bryce, Poser, anything to get the effect in the card.
This is fascinating.
And you'll notice the cards actually look like little windows you could step through.
Uh-huh.
And I wanted it to be like a world you could step into if you wanted to.
I want dreams like that.
Oh, very bright.
They're so pretty.
Now the back of the cards, are they're darker. They're dark green. They're have their own pattern on it, or earth, wind, fire, water. They have that influence. And I wanted the cards on the backs so that when you turn them over, the brightness was like turning on a light for the answer.
That's great. Now, when you do your readings, because you also are a gifted psychic,